at Summit a couple of weeks ago, and I'm proud to call her a great friend too. She's awesome. Here she comes.
Hi, my name is Cheri, Beachbody addict. Anybody else in the house?
Like
so much so that, let me just tell you, when people come over to my house, they're like, I thought you didn't have inventory with Beachbody. I thought you didn't have to carry inventory. I'm like, that's fine. So 4 years ago, I was in a wheelchair from complications of back surgery. I had a spinal fusion, L5S1. Went paralyzed 6 months later. And they told me I'd never walk normal again. I told them, bite. So I went through a pain rehabilitation program, got my life back. I went in a wheelchair, came out running on a treadmill. And then in November, that was in early 07. In November of 07, I ordered Turbo Jam. They give me this coach, her name's Tammy Fitzgerald. Anybody know her? She helped me to lose the 50 pounds that I had gained after back surgery, being sedentary. And I was in pain, I was dependent on pain medication. It was ridiculous. So I lose the 50 pounds, right? November to April. May, I find out I'm pregnant. What? Those of you know me, I have almost 18-year-old twins. So at the time they were 15, I was done. I didn't want any more. That was 3 years away from freedom. And let me tell you, I was a smoker at the time too. So if they would have told me I had lung cancer, it would have been less surprising to me than telling me I was pregnant. Because they told me I could never do that. See, they tell me I can't do things. See? You can. So I gained a massive amount of weight during pregnancy, to the tune of 120 pounds. I thought I was going to have a 90-pound baby, or I hope not. Came out at 8 pounds, 8 ounces, and I was like, bummer. I didn't lose hardly any weight, seriously. I had him by February 2000, I had him on New Year's Eve, party baby. By February 2010, I lost 20 pounds from pregnancy. So, yeah, thanks, whatever. So February of 2010, I decide I'm gonna start my business and I'm gonna start this fitness thing. I knew Beachbody worked, why not try it? I start with P90X and Turbo Jam. 1 round, I lost 47 pounds.
Yeah.
Body by P90X, Fueled by Shakeology. Then I move on to Insanity. I lost 43 pounds. Then I'm doing Chalene Extreme. I've got the Diamond Pack. I can do anything I want. I do Asylum when we come back from Summit, or before we go to Summit, after we came back from the cruise, I lose 15.5 inches. I'm like, something more, right? So I started my business and I share it every day. I was pre-diabetic. I had high cholesterol. I had high blood pressure. I have nothing. And the best part about this, not only do I do jump tucks to Insanity and P90X and Turbo Fire, but I am 100% completely pain-free.
Yeah!
I've lost 113 pounds. You can absolutely do anything. And my whole goal with my business, not to become a 20-star diamond, of course that would be nice, but is to give people hope that they can do this. Because I was depressed, I hated my life, I hated my husband, I hated my kids, I didn't want them around, I wanted to leave. I wanted to go crawl under a rock because I was so morbidly obese and so morbidly unhappy that I just didn't want my life. I didn't think that I deserved any better. You know, I was waiting for my husband to leave me. I'm watching him go to work, come home, cook, clean, take care of the kids, mop the floor, do the laundry. Yes, guys, he does that. Okay, I'm just saying. And while I'm sitting there eating bonbons, I would go by Burger King and order an extra value large Whopper meal, pay in cash because I didn't want him seeing the credit card bills, okay? So I pay in cash and I would get rid of the evidence before I got home to only eat dinner 30 minutes later. So, I was in a bad place. In my head, I was so hard. I was a closet, everything. I was disgusting. I made that change. It was an aha moment. And when you keep seeing Tony on that damn infomercial, and there's Sean, and then there's 10-minute train, and then there's Turbo Fire, and it's like, You can't turn on the TV without seeing my business is based on my transformation, is based on my hope that I can take somebody who has this disease and turn it around in less time than you could ever imagine. So that's my story, pretty much.
Okay, if you are a Star Diamond